What's going on, guys? So it's a little windy outside, so sorry if you hear wind noise or anything like that, but here we are, man. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the past videos. This is Tom in the future, and yeah, man, I'm not sure when this is gonna come out. It's April something, and here we are, man. So right here we got Cheryy, still chilling, still in the same blown up state. But as you guys seen here, we got ourselves a D15 B8. I want to say, I'm still doing research. I want to say this is from you know, an 88 to 90, 91. Although doing some research, I guess these came in 92 to 95 Civics, so I never heard of the B8, but I guess it might have came in the CX model. Non-VTEC, single cam, as you can see here, and that's my finger. And yeah, we got ourselves a pretty small throttle body, pretty small intake there. We got ourselves a manual transmission though, so we came up on a motor. Hopefully it's good, like the guy was saying it was. Came out of a running driving Civic. Came up on a manual swap, so don't get too excited. I'm gonna ruin the fun, but we are not manual swapping Cheryy, at least not at this moment in time. The goal is to try and get to the tail of the dragon, to see our friends, the Fear On shop, Mad Speed, maybe meet CRX Seth, and you know, maybe Young Static will come out again. Like, the goal is to go out there, meet some people, meet some Honda enthusiasts, maybe meet some of you guys out there, and hopefully with this we're gonna do that. We got a manual swap for the future. Super awesome. This is just a little introduction into it. Hopefully tomorrow the weather is better. It's supposed to be up in the 60s, 70s, so that's a good thing. And we're gonna get into tearing this thing apart. As some of you guys could tell off rip, there's some bracketry here that's gonna have to come off and get changed. I'm not sure if the post mount will have to be changed or not. That motor mount shot. Definitely the whole transmission side's coming off. We might have come up on a VTEC harness. Actually, no. We didn't. That's fine. Our sensor there is broken. But that's fine. We're gonna swap some bracketry over, as Cheryy has full-on AC, power steering, stuff like that. So we're gonna have to add that stuff onto this B8 here. Honestly, it's really not that bad condition, man, so I don't even think I'm gonna try and change any seals or anything. Like, it might look like our valve cover leaks a little, but I'm not even gonna worry about that right now. The goal is gonna be to just get in the car, get it running and driving. I believe I have a set of new plugs, and we have new plug wires, so maybe we'll, you know, give it a little tune up. Obviously new fluids. I am gonna swap out this intake. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna put the SI intake setup on there, or if I'm going to just take my B7 setup and just put that on. I might just do that because I think it would be a simple port match upgrade. A long time ago I mentioned I had like a Y8 intake, but at the time I didn't know that, and I like sold it for super cheap, I'm pretty sure. So I don't think I have that laying around, but I think just a simple B7 intake swap would be nice. Give ourselves definitely a bigger throttle body, get some more airflow in there, as that's like an 1.5 inch hole there. A little baby intake. I think that will give us like a simple upgrade. I think I'm gonna just rock this exhaust manifold as well. The gasket's on there already, like it, you know, it's here. We'll just have to swap the O2 sensor. And I think I'm gonna pull the SI header out of Cheryy. Just basically pull the whole mini-me swap out of there. And yeah, man, so gonna have to change the alternator bracket, as there was some modifications done. You know, just simple minor things. It should just be a full-on bolt-in system, you know, and hopefully we'll get her running and driving again, man. I'm kind of excited. I have off the next 2 days, so honestly she might be running in 2 days, but we'll see. I'm not gonna push it too much. So yeah, man, so not too much else has gone on really. If you guys are watching the Instagram, I had my brother Matt's car. Totally forgot about filming things and stuff, so I'm sorry about that, but we'll definitely get another episode going on there, aka the B series swap car. It's now my brother's, and it has some quirks and some issues, but we're gonna try and get those issues dialed in. Hopefully, maybe we'll both be at the tail of the dragon this year. If not, maybe we'll throw him in the new car. And also for this year, we definitely want to get Midnight, the Black Civic, whatever we're gonna call it. The goal is to definitely get that car running and driving as well. So a lot of things on the list to do, but now that it's starting to get warmer, we're going to be able to achieve more. So I think that's it for this clip. Yeah, guys, we'll see you shortly. Peace out. What is going on? So welcome back. It is the next day. It did not get warmer. It's a nice 40 something degrees out today, and it's a little windy, little chilly out here, but we're not gonna let that stop us. First step is right down here at the bottom. We have a, I won't lie, it's a little hard to see, but there's like this bracket here, like brace that goes to the transmission cover there. First things first, we got to remove the transmission cover there at the bottom. It's going to be a little tricky to get to, but we'll figure it out. Sadly, I also don't have a tripod, so can't really set you guys up, but we're gonna try and get this transmission off for starts. All right, so it's a little hard to get under there. So what I actually started doing was I started taking the engine harness off, and I noticed a couple things already. I don't think the thermostat sensor should be doing that, so that's why we keep extra parts around, man. So we'll put that on the list to replace. Slowly just stripping her back. Like I said in yesterday's video, or like I said yesterday, we're gonna need to replace the thermostat housing sensor here. Not too bad. And I have a brand new thermostat actually laying around, so we might put that in there just in case, so that, you know, we don't have to worry about anything, man, because I'd hate to do this and then take shit apart again. Rather just do it one time. So yeah, so far so good. All right, so we got the old intake off, we got the harness off, and I already off rip noticed some different. The way the lines go to the electric IAC. I also noticed this little guy here is busted too. Look at these ports, man. They are small. Them ports are small. Yeah. So the ports are small, man. They're like, and I thought the B7 ports were small, but geez, look at them. Way bigger. So I believe this was the original intake on my car. I know I took the map sensor and the air temp sensor, but I don't remember busting the throttle position sensor off. So with that, I'm not too sure if we're gonna run this setup or not. I might just leave the SI in there and call it a day. I mean, obviously we're upping the size of the ports, but you know, the port size is going to be limited to the head anyway. I also wanted to put this on there just to see if it's even going to work, and I might have done all this for no reason. All right, so I mocked up the intake. It's kind of dark, but she's on there. So I want to say that at least the mounting and everything's the same. So say I did leave the SI intake in the car, I think we would be fine. This is where I noticed something different, at least with the old setup and this new setup. You have your electronic IAC here. You have 2 ports. Typically, I believe one will come from the head and go right there to that nipple there. But then you're set for your second nipple. Usually there's a nipple on the main water neck line, and that isn't there. This is the line I was talking about that comes from the head. So, or excuse me, it's not from the head, it's from the same water neck. That line comes up and goes right in. That would be fine. Obviously the loop goes there. This is your heater core line, the inlet, and then the outlet is back over there, or whatever way it goes. That isn't good either. You guys see that, man? There's like nothing holding that water neck tube in. I really hope I didn't buy a junk engine, man. Definitely would have been a big waste of money. And then we also have a hose here. So yeah, man. So maybe I'll have a hose go from here to there to over there maybe, and that's how we'll loop it. But then we also have this guy here too. I believe that would just go from here to that guy. So definitely have some thinking to do. I'm planning on that. Now that we have the harness out of the way and the intake out of the way, I'm gonna try and get some blocks of wood and get this side of the engine up off the ground a little bit. Work on getting that bottom plate off. Once that's off, we'll rip this transmission off. All right, so I got her up onto here. I got that little I got a 14 mil and a 12 mil out. This is like a little bracket here. Honestly, I'm not sure what it's for, but she's there. In order to get the plate down here off, there should be two 10 mil bolts, but obviously it's a little low to get to them, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get the plate off right now. So the goal is to try and take it off without damaging it. Now it's time to take out the 17s, man. So we'll get to that. All right, guys, so we're back. After a little while, Matt decided to come through. He's a little camera shy nowadays. We got the transmission off, which I don't know if the transmission's ever been off, because man, it was a B. Not B for Matt's speed though. It was a pain. But we got it off. There's the old clutch. The transmission I put over with the other crap, so we got that off. I replaced the one sensor already. We also went ahead and took this, I guess this brace, I'll call it. We took the brace off. That should allow us to get our power steering bracket on, or it's these couple bolts here. However it goes, we'll get power steering back. Looks like we got the 4 bolt holes for the AC. Now another thing that I thought about and now see is the crank pulley only has room for 2 belts. So I'm not sure if we're going to be running AC, or maybe I'll change the crank pulley over as well, and that'll give us the 3 spots there. I also went ahead and took off the alternator brackets. So the guy was saying he like cut it to put a different alternator on there, so not too sure. I went ahead and took off the, there it is, the top bracket, because I forget what goes here, but I don't know if I want to deal with trying to get, I'm hoping we won't have to change the post mount here. The guy did say it was in an EG before, but yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and dig through the parts bin for this sensor here for the thermostat housing. I think we're about ready to clean it up here, start the process of ripping the engine out of Cheryy, which is a little crazy, but Yeah, man. Once again, I have no clue. Started working out. Riley's thinking that I get like a cool schedule and I'll be able to edit videos and stuff like that, but as of right now, I'm on like a 2-week schedule, which I kind of want to shorten that down to kind of catch you guys up to speed or up to date, as it's April like 17th, 18th now. So we're getting closer to the tail of the dragon, and the car ain't running yet. So, but until then, friends,